Thank you all so much for being here today. So let's talk about a red folder. And what do I mean by that? Why do we have it? What's in the folder and why do we have it? What's in this folder? This is a place that if something happens to you or a loved one, and I'll put this in the context of my wife and I, or my in-laws, or my parents, or I've got two sons. If something happens to one of us, the others are going to need to know how to help carry on, whether that person is incapacitated for a period of time or, God forbid, passes away. And this is a place that you can go and find the information, the financial information, the estate planning information. This is just a summary so that somebody, if something happens in an emergency, can pick this up and help that person who is not able to help themselves at that point. And this is why do we have this? Because life happens. I've received calls at 10 o'clock at night, and I've had a relative that had fallen, needed to go to the hospital. It was traumatic. And when you're dealing with all of this personal trauma, all you're doing is adding stress if you have no organization to be able to continue your business affairs, because no matter what's going on with your physical health, guess what? Your financial life doesn't really slow down. So this is a great place. And the reason I designated this as having a red folder, a red file, is because I want you to be able to find it. If somebody walks into your desk and it happens to look like this, how is somebody going to take a look at this, if this is your organizational skills, and say, where is this folder? So we want it to be something that is somewhat conspicuous, obviously communicating of this is where this file is going to be, and telling the people that have the ability to act upon the information in this file. But don't let this happen to you, okay? And don't let this happen to you anyways, because that just doesn't make any sense. What's in this file? Okay, what are the contents that we're talking about? Well, we're talking about making sure that you're getting your bills paid. We're making sure that your life is continuing on. If you happen to go through and you have some type of illness where you're in the hospital, and Lord knows we've been dealing with COVID for long enough. I mean, think of how many people have been in the hospital for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And if you go through a cycle, a monthly cycle, you're going to start winding up with this kind of mail that's coming in, and we don't want that to happen. So let's talk about then what's going to be in this file, some suggestions for the contents of it so that you can avoid this type of thing. First and foremost, having executed powers of attorney, your HIPAA disclosure, which is the pull the plug document, basically says if you want to continue to be, on life support, or if there's the do not resuscitate clause, basically. And then your estate plan, the wills, okay? And it doesn't so much have to be a copy of your will, but at least having the location of where they can find that will. But these powers of attorney and the HIPAA are two that do need to be in a file in case there's a serious medical emergency and you're not able to take care of your financial resources, or a medical decision needs to be made for you. Then we're talking about having a list of things like your bank accounts. Where do you have your checking? Do you have a savings account? That power of attorney will allow somebody to act financially for you and be able to continue paying your bills. Where are your investment accounts? As Laura was talking about, some people keep their emergency fund actually in the investment account side as opposed to having it on the bank side. But knowing where your investment accounts is going to be an important time also to understand where your insurance policies are. And these can include your life insurance, your disability insurance, homeowners, long-term care. A lot of people have a funeral policy now, and you got to know where that is in order to go and collect the benefits from that. I'm talking about a lot of obviously unpleasant things of this, but you're going to significantly reduce the unpleasantness and the stress during these times by having this information organized so that somebody can pick up and run your financial life while you're incapacitated. Your monthly bills, want to know how these get paid. I pay a number of bills online, and I have the passwords and all of the information necessary so that my wife or my children can go in and take care of that business. Also knowing who the important people are. And by important people, it's not just the family or your trusted person. I'm also talking about having a list of who's your attorney, particularly the estate planning attorney. I'm also talking about if you're possibly your banker, your tax advisor, your investment advisor, and probably anybody else. And you might want to think about putting, if you have a trusted person that is a spiritual or faith leader for you, may want to have that resource as well on this. In the past, I have done a lot of sailing in the past, and on the boat, we always carried what we called a throw bag. So if we were sailing along at night and hit something and the boat sinks quickly, you have a package that you can throw that carries all the documents, food, water, some things that we need. I'm not scrambling around in the dark on a sinking boat trying to get my act together. This is what the red file is. It's something that is available, put together, and allows you to take care of an emergency situation quickly and cleanly. And I want to tie this all back into Laura's presentation. We're here to help people become organized with their finances. You may have questions, looking at things that you think you need to do, questions about this. And I love this picture of rocks. A lot of people do this in the river in Wimberley. We want to help bring this peace of mind. There's a financial success part of it. There's checking the boxes and being able to do financially fun things and securing your retirement and all that stuff. But really what it comes back down to is this peace of mind and allowing you to get on with your life and know that if the worst case comes true, that's taken care of, but looking forward to a bright future. If we can help with that in any way, please let Laura and I know, or any of us. We are here to help you.